Welcome to the garden. Today I've got an update for you on our front flower garden. This is where we planted out our 100,000 seeds, or at least most of them. But we do actually have a little bit of a problem, but luckily it's a beautiful problem. These daylilies, although really beautiful, are actually taking over. They're just everywhere. Look at all of these at the end. It's a really beautiful problem, but it's still kind of a problem. I mean, just look at them, they're everywhere. This is really cool, but it could be even better. We could have more variety, like all these colors. I am starting to see a little bit more color. We have the Sweet William, I believe they're called. A few different colors, a light pink, a dark pink. And I see a little globe candy tuft right down here. Look at all those leaves in its way. So I've really got a problem here with these daylilies. So I think I'm gonna split them up, using the front half to transplant and just leaving the back half. And these will just rejuvenate over time. So we'll be able to fill in another area of the garden, and we'll get a bit more space for wildflowers. Eventually I want to do that for the entire garden. I was gonna maybe start this today, but now I think I want to leave these flowers for a little bit longer. There are still blooms on the way. That's all these little buds. And they get their name because supposedly the flowers only last one day. But I'm not so sure. I think they can last a couple days. Yes, we got our little weird bugs. This is one of my favorites. It's like a really slow grasshopper. It doesn't jump really crazy fast. It doesn't run away. He's a very interesting bug. See, look at how slow he is. It's like a tiny katydid or something. Besides all the daylilies, we're getting the first tall orange lilies. They grow on these really tall stems, so they're just way above the other flowers. I think they'd be cool as a cut flower just because of that really long stem. They're really dramatic up there, and I just love them. These really thin ones are Blackberry Lily. There's another type of lily right here. And this one is sort of an orange tiger looking lily. It's really impressive. It has those black berries at the edge of each leaf, which is really strange. So those little beads grow along the stem. Very peculiar, but it helps me identify them. I'm out here looking for the daffodils and I can't find them. They kind of have leaves like these daylilies, but they're sort of spiraled. They're kind of twisted. I mean, we'll be able to find them if we just really get down in here, but look at how thick it is. It's unbelievable. It's no wonder our wildflower seeds haven't come up really thick. Just this one plant takes up about 3 or 4 square feet. And look at how many we have. Alright, I finally found them. It's right in the center of our echinacea. So as we go down into the undergrowth, you can see those kind of spiral leaves. That's our daffodil. So it is getting maybe a little dappled sun, but really not much. So eventually I'm gonna go in there and get them. I'm gonna bring them right up close, right in the front row basically. I also want to transplant the crocus and just move it into a sunnier spot. It gets shaded out by our mailbox, but it's down to just a couple leaves, so I want to do it quick. I'll probably do that next week. We now have 2 Echinacea flowers, and look at the color difference on the dark one here. That's a brand new bloom, and this one's a little bit older. So they actually do fade in color over time. But look at all the blooms yet to come. Let's actually start at the edge here. We've got some volunteer echinacea right at the front row. So those I actually need to move back. I want to keep them towards the middle and the back. But this is a huge patch here and is the original patch that I've transplanted all of these from. So there's some back here. There's a massive row right up there. There's a couple just dotted throughout. Most of them are there at the back. Then there's some here in the middle. Some more towards the back over here. Up front, there's actually a couple. I mean, they're everywhere. All the way out to the edge. I think these are the last ones. So these will actually flower in the next couple weeks, which is really exciting. And I deliberately did not sow any echinacea seed this year. So these are just volunteers. I end up transplanting a few from the front row every year. Just when I was beginning to lose hope, look at what we've got. A pink poppy. It's actually one of those pinkish red ones. It starts off kind of a rosy red, and then it fades to pink at the center. That is great news. Oh, I love it. I love poppies. I just planted a whole bunch of backups just in case, but it looks like we did actually have a hidden flower. Now, I'm kind of just curious where this plant came from. So let's follow the stem down. So it was this little guy right here. Not much of a plant, but just enough to bloom. That is really excellent news. I was beginning to worry. So we are starting to get a bit more color, but really we're just getting started. So I hope you stay tuned for all the beautiful flowers to come. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.